Here with former WEC champion Jamie Varner, the legendary Jamie Varner. Jamie, you were the WEC champion. You took a fight against Joe Lauzon at the last minute, and you staggered him in the first round. And you know, you lost the fight. Are you sorry you took the fight at the last minute?
Nah, I mean, I say going into that fight, it was a win-win situation. It was an opportunity for me to be on Fox. It was also an opportunity for me to fight a top-level opponent, you know, a guy who's arguably in the top 10. So it was a win-win. Yeah, even though I lost, I took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. I was winning that fight going into the third round. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I want that. I would love to have that fight back. I would love to do it again. I think the outcome would be different with a training camp, but he's a tough dude, and you know he just had fight of the year with Jim Miller, so who's now another top 10 guy. But no, I'm not. Hindsight's 20/20, but I'm fine with everything that happened. I wouldn't change anything.
That definitely was a phenomenal fight. And the incident with Melvin Gillard, talk to me about that.
I got sick the day of the fight. People were like, "Oh, you had a bad weight cut." And my weight cut's always the same. All weight cuts are bad. Anybody that's ever done it, it's horrible. It's not fun. It's the worst part of our job. But he was there. He came to the dance and his date left him. We were supposed to fight. He was geared up and ready, and then he had to go back into train camp, go back into the dieting and the cutting. Didn't get to spend Christmas with his family. So I understand his anger and where he was coming from. I would have handled myself a little bit differently. I think, had his shoes situation's been reversed.
But I know you wanted to fight, which I don't think is a good idea. Health reasons, and Joe Silva prevented you from fighting, right?
Yeah, Joe Silva came into the bathroom when I was puking and told me, "Yeah, you're not gonna do it." Him and Keith Kaiser came in like, "Yeah, we can't have you go out there like this. We can't have you fight." I got 6 bags of IV fluid, and I was still not able to pee. I wasn't able to hold anything down. It was really bad. So, I mean, I didn't go to the hospital, but they just kept pumping me full of fluids. I just was super dehydrated and just couldn't hold anything down.
I asked Frankie Edgar this question. Do you think fighters should fight at their walk-around weight or close to it, or do you think they should continue cutting weight?
I would.
It's kind of dangerous.
I mean, yeah, but it's. I've been doing it for so long, like wrestling. I had to lose 10, 15 pounds when I wrestled in college and in high school. So I'm kind of used to it, but I would love it. I would love it. I mean, I would love to be a 70-pounder because I naturally walk around like 78, and I could probably just diet down, wouldn't have to really cut, diet down to 170, no problem. But, those 70-pounders walk around at 200 pounds, 205, like Thiago Al was like, these guys are huge, big guys. Johnny Hendricks is a big guy. So I want nothing to do with those guys. So when they stop cutting weight, then I'll stop cutting weight. But I don't think it's going to happen. That
makes a lot of sense. What do you see in the future for you right now? Are you looking for a title shot, or are you just looking to fight?
Well, I think everybody in our sport wants to get a title shot. But that's, being a former champion, once you get that taste of gold, you never forget it. And this is my run. I'm making a run for the title. I think, the Joe Lauzon fight was kind of a setback, but I think the UFC and Joe Silva knows. I took that fight on short notice. I mean, it didn't really hold me back too much. But as far as the rankings go, losing that fight to him, it's not. I'm not ranked high enough to, really like make a play for like a #1 contender. So I'm probably like 2 fights away. I want to fight Rafael dos Anjos is like the guy that I'm looking for. He's like a top 10 guy. I think with a good training camp, that'd be a good guy to beat, and then that would kind of be my mark for like that would start like my campaign towards a #1 a contender fight.
Everybody knows you're a great fighter, but what's the difference in feeling when you were up on that pedestal being the WEC champion and now you're back being a contender?
I'm hungry. I think I took.
Does it make you more hungry?
Yeah, for sure. The climb and the journey, and I think going through all this struggle definitely makes you more hungry. I think I took it for granted in the WEC, and you don't know what you have until it's gone. I mean, all the cliche things that go with that kind of saying. I mean, it's very true. It's very true. I think I took it for granted, but I'm hungry. I'm happy. I enjoy what I'm doing, and this is all my journey. This is my story, and I think that I will be wearing that UFC gold hopefully in 2013.
Jamie Varner, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greats of the sport. Thank you, Jamie. Bruce KiVo for MMA Confidential, and that's Jamie Varner.